Everything is falling into place for YNW Melly. It was just announced, breaking news. YNW Melly's prosecutor, Christine Bradley, has now been removed from the YNW Melly retrial, following an order granted and signed by Judge Murphy on Thursday, as further explained here.
I'm not a lawyer, but Bryson Boom Paul just tweeted that the prosecutor, Christine Bradley, has officially been removed from the YNW Melly case. That means she will not be the lead prosecutor for the retrial of YNW Melly. The news came from the Sun Sentinel, and it says that while Christine Bradley has been removed, the elected state attorney and 2 key deputies cannot be called to testify. Remember, Melly's attorneys were trying to get 7 of the state attorneys to testify, and this ruling is basically the judge saying no to at least one of those.
It seems Christine Bradley already believed that she was gonna be getting removed from this trial, as earlier this week, when she was caught committing crimes in Melly's case, she didn't even show up to court to face the judge the following day, which obviously made the judge extremely angry.
Typically, what I do when I have a brain or some issue about it, the prosecutor who's involved in it tells me, she comes in here, she's got an obligation of candor to the court, and I ask her a question and she advises me as to what's going on and why there's a change, why something like that. But she's not here. This is her case. We spent 2-3 months trying the case originally. It came to a jury, but she's not here for this. I don't understand that.
This is the same court hearing where the judge would also outline all of the crimes committed by the prosecutor and the state attorney's office against YNW Melly.
You indicated here that counsel for the defendant believes that there is probable cause that the witnesses under subpoena, the members of the state attorney's office and the elected state attorney to have committed obstruction of justice and attempted witness tampering and felony pursuant to FS 838.022 for misuse of public office due to their actions since October of 2020.
That's what it says, Ron.
That's right. Very serious allegation.
Very serious allegation. Very serious.
As now with the lead prosecutor, Christine Bradley, removed from the Melly trial, YNW Melly's team submitted paperwork to have the entire case canceled, which will be getting heard next Friday.
Jury selection for Melly's retrial will not begin on Monday, October 9th, like originally scheduled. Instead, next week, the judge said they will argue the state's motion to quash defense subpoenas of several prosecutors, including the elected state attorney. The defense motion to dismiss the case altogether will be heard next Friday on October 13th.
As the fact that the judge even gave Melly a court hearing to discuss case cancellation with his current charges that are against him is extremely rare. Usually when a criminal submits paperwork such as this, it usually gets denied on the spot. However, this is a perfect time for Melly's team to do this, seeing as the prosecutor just got removed from his case and the state attorney's office was caught committing crime. However, the interesting part was when this lady would take the stand. Working for law departments, she revealed everything about how Mark Moretti lied and what he did to Melly's mother, Jamie King.
Detective Moretti said to Deputy Morell, "You need to say you were here when I served that search warrant." And it was kind of like an awkward moment. Someone described it just kind of getting twice in the head. So there's a search warrant that gets served, and I'm like, what's going on? And then the next thing, he's asking this deputy to lie for him. And again, I'm like, this isn't like, I'm in the twilight, so I'm like, this can't really be happening.
Now with Christine Bradley gone off of the case, Melly's chances of release is extremely high, so YNW Juvie's father would end up doing an emergency interview with Law&Crime, sharing that this new case dismissal situation is severely affecting him and his family.
All of this legal wrangling that's leading to a delay in the second trial, how are you?
I'm taking it one day at a time. You know, you got to go through this process once again. Gotta relive it once again.
As next, Juvie's father would then expose how YNW Melly and Bortland were witness tampering and even what code words they were using to make Melly's ex-girlfriend not testify against him in the trial, as allegedly Melly's ex-girlfriend knows exactly what happened to Sack Chaser and Juvie.
Both Melly, Jamel Demons, YNW Melly, and Cortland Henry, who is known as YNW Bortland, are now charged with witness tampering. It sounds like the prosecutors are saying there was this kind of crazy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person and then that person.
Saying like to me, they going through extreme measures to try to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's baby mom. And
however, it's when YNW Juvy's father would then share what happened on the morning of the crime from his perspective. The moment that he drove down to law enforcement office to clarify that YNW Juvy was sitting there and was the one that passed. As YNW Melly's mother also went with them and then told the father something concerning.
He wasn't, he had switched vehicles. At least that's what they said in the first trial, that he had gotten into, it was suggested through a defense witness, the one and only defense witness, that he had gotten into that other vehicle.
Yeah, they was telling me that I drove down there that morning to go identify Chris. I met Moretti down there that morning, other 26. And on the way down there, when I talked to Jamie, she told me the same thing. Like, don't talk to the media and tell them Melly wasn't there. Instantly, my antennas went up because I didn't understand. Like, I knew from that day, I knew something was up.
As YNW Juvy's father is dropping insane evidence that we have never heard before because he needs to, as he would even then share the last moment that he saw his son, aka Christopher.
Last time I spoke to Chris was like 2 days before the incident. Him and Melly FaceTimed me, and that's the last time I saw him. Last time I spoke to him was like that same week, man. It just hurt me to see that the love that he had for Melly to do that to him. I see if it was one of his enemies or somebody, he did something wrong or something, but the way it happened, how it happened, who did it, it just all heartbreaking on both sides.
As sources would label this a very important interview, Melly and his lawyers are destroying the prosecution in the state attorney's office so far in this retrial, as leading up to the retrial, it actually may not even happen anymore. As to understand this further, we need to dive deep into YNW Melly's rights, as explained here.
Have added Christine Bradley, the prosecutor herself, to the witness list, and 5 other attorneys from the state attorney's office who they say knew about this situation. That's 7 attorneys from the state attorney's office. Because of this, Melly's attorneys are saying keeping Christine Bradley and this state attorney's office on this case is not only a conflict of interest, it's actually a violation of Melly's right to due process, which is a part of the 14th Amendment.
With Melly's rights having a violation against them, this is why Melly's lawyers are doing everything to have this case canceled. As stated by Bryson Paul on Twitter, the ask is the defense asking the judge to dismiss the indictment altogether, which would mean that Melly would no longer face these double charges. If the judge grants the motion, he will go home. As this all started with the Mark Moretti versus Melly's mother situation, as explained here.
So Melly's team is saying they just found out in August, like last month, that Detective Moretti was under investigation for an incident involving use of excessive force against a potential witness. And that witness is Jamie King, aka Melly's mom. According to this motion, Detective Moretti, Jamie King, and 3 other people, including a Broward Sheriff's Office sergeant, were in a conference room when Moretti was taking Jamie's statement. At some point during taking that statement, the sergeant in the room steps out. And during that time, it's alleged that Detective Moretti executed a search warrant, which he didn't have the ability to do, and forcibly took the phone from Jamie King. And then when another sergeant came to the conference room, Detective Moretti told that sergeant to say that he was in the room the whole time when the phone was taken. From there, it's alleged that Moretti and the state attorney's office were willing to lie to cover this entire situation up.
As we now need to dive deep into why Jamie King filed this complaint, as she's been holding on to this evidence against Mark Moretti now for over a year, as allegedly Moretti had an altercation with Melly's mother, affecting her hand in some way. Several months ago, she showed up on the No Jumper podcast having a cast around the exact same hand, with her then detailing that her hand was injured by a detective in the Broward Sheriff's Office. So it's no surprise when YNW Melly's bail request was denied last week, where it would be reported by Bryson Paul, Judge Murphy has officially denied bail, leading into his retrial, which begins jury selection on October 9th. In an official order, Judge Murphy issued the following. After careful consideration, this court finds the state has met its burden of demonstrating the proof of guilt is evident and the presumption of guilt is great. straight. The jurors' inability to reach a unanimous verdict does not alter the nation or weight of the evidence of the defendant's guilt. However, with Melly and his mother knowing that she had this backup plan against Mark Moretti, YNW Melly did not even care that the judge basically just said, hey, we all know you're guilty, we just need someone to prove it. As YNW Melly was seen walking out of his bail hearing that was denied with a smile on his face. As YNW Melly's mother, Jamie King, tells him to continue standing tall, she would even post on her Instagram, "Nothing will stop my faith, not even this, bond was denied." As now with Jamie King getting more involved with her complaint against Mark Moretti, rap OG Boosie would even react to what Melly's mother has been going through.
Okay, so
then I met his mama while he was in.
Oh, okay.
I met his mom while he was in, and she real, bro. You know, she real.
She's stressed out. I heard she had a...
Yeah, she real, and I reached my hand out to him, cause I'm real. Yeah, I reached out to him, bro. I met his mom, and she a good woman, bro. And when I see them mamas like that, it remind me of what my mom was going through, bro.
As the only thing truly keeping YNW Melly in jail right now is when it was announced this week, YNW Melly has reportedly been charged with witness tampering in his double trial. As Bryson Paul would report, here is the video of Melly being arraigned on Wednesday, October 4th in bond court on the witness tampering to provoke testimony charge. Melly's attorney Daniel is heard telling the judge that Melly's voice was only heard in the background and nothing definite was said by Melly among a group of people. Therefore, beliefs are there is no probable cause, as the judge and state believe this is the cause for a new charge.
Okay, sir, like I said, your attorney's with us in court today. You're charged with tampering with a witness to withhold testimony in a capital life felony. And I just find probable cause for that and have a charge. And state, your recommendation was? No bond. No bond. In defense?
Your Honor, first of all, I don't believe there's probable cause here. By the way, my name is Daniel Aronson, for the record.
Okay.
I don't think there's probable cause. What the document shows in the probable cause affidavit is that other people did things, but it doesn't say what Mr. Demmons did. There is one passage in it where somebody overheard him say something while somebody else is on the phone. Other than that, this is other people doing things. So I don't think there's probable cause. And if there's probable cause, then I'd say a standard bond.
With the footage being hard to hear, it is much better explained right here.
YNW Melly has also been charged with witness tampering. The Sun Sentinel broke the news this morning that charges have officially been filed against Melly for witness tampering, which are the same charges that were filed against YNW Bortland yesterday. Details about who the witness is in this case have not been revealed yet. There are rumors on the internet about who the witness is. And just to be clear, witness tampering is doing something in an effort to prevent someone from testifying or influencing someone's testimony. And yes, that can be done from jail. So the claim would be that YNW Melly and YNW Bortland did things or made efforts to prevent someone from testifying in this trial.
As YNW Bortland was hit with the exact same charge yesterday, when it would be announced that Bortland was arrested.
Melly's co-defendant YNW Bortland was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law&Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, aka Bortland, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Demmons, aka YNW Melly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Bortland allegedly tampered with the witness.